around to the first Crystal Lake. Yeah, 114. Already got a packet with me. I'm going to go up there and handle this. Call the state attorney's office from up there. And it looks like probably class 2 or more. Alright, get her done.
Chris, like 103 MLT.
Was that down by contact? Making it hard to turn. Now, he doesn't get the bounce for outside out. What in the first half?
Hello. What can I do for you?
Coming out.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I was told to call to have a standby so I can get the rest of my stuff out of Rebecca Groves. It's a TV,
Okay.
an entertainment center, a mattress pad, and a couple bags.
Okay.
So it'll be quick and easy.
Okay.
And so
Her
it's
unit's
for a
the
stair.
front unit, and she's just bringing it here.
Gotcha.
So it's just coming from the building.
All right. What's your first name?
Christine,
How you spell it?
Christine,
Last name?
Ladd, Ladd,
Do you have a middle initial, Christine? Birthday?
9/28/72,
And a phone number for you?
847-414-1394. She knows I'm coming,
Okay.
so
All right. What's her name? Rebecca?
yeah,
Rebecca?
I think so, yeah.
And you said Grow. Is it GROH?
OH.
Okay. Let me go make contact with her. Just make sure everybody's on the same page.
Perfect.
And then
You
we'll
wanna
get
walk
your
me
stuff
through?
and.
Yeah. Come on in.
And then you can the hallway
Gotcha.
internally.
Watch out, Tiggs. He's friendly.
See Chris Lake 103 name. Oh, sorry. She's the front one?
Yeah.
Oh.
103.
Directly behind this one. Are you gonna
Last
come back
name?
to me?
Lincoln Adam David. First name Christine. CHRISTINE. Middle initials I'm Mary. She's a female. 9/28/72. 9/28/72.
One from 114.
Hello. You happen to be Rebecca?
I am.
I'm Officer Rosso.
I know, we've met before.
Okay.
I'm excited that we keep getting the same ones back.
Okay. I guess Christine has a few remaining things here that she's wanting to grab.
Yep,
Okay. You're okay with that?
yep.
Okay. Can I just get your information real quick?
Why do you need my information?
Just say,
Nope, we did this last time. I don't give you my information, sir.
okay, that's fine. Just so you're aware, I've got a body camera recorded.
Just so you're aware, I'm recording you as well.
That's fine. Do you mind if I grab Christine then, so we can
Do what you
come?
need to do.
Okay, I'll be right
I'm
back.
glad it was you today.
Yeah, was it the situation? I'll just call you down there.
Okay. All set.
He's friendly.
Yeah. Just making sure he doesn't get out.
And one time on different. Stand by.
Oh,
You come from 114, I'm gonna step outside and we'll call you. Different one. First like one time on.
Hello.
A resident on the phone at 553 Eagle looking for temporary permission to park on the street for a birthday party today. Apparently there's no parking on that street normally.
You mind if I come in? Oh.
Just take a number, send it to me. I'm gonna have to go look and all that.
Thank you, bud.
You know, Officer Rosso, the last time you were here, you were talking to Holly Bergton, remember?
I think so. It was
Yeah,
like
and
something
you told
about
her
outside.
before you'd ever even met me that you thought I was mentally ill.
I don't
Do you remember that?
No. How
Yeah,
could I
I
make
thought
that
that.
determination if I've ever never
Well,
met
there's
you?
body cam video.
Okay.
And in the body cam video, you tell her that you think I'm mentally ill and you'd never even met me.
Okay. I don't recall that, but
Well, video doesn't lie though, does it?
if that's what you're saying,
Then you
that's fine.
instruct her on how to get an order of protection against me.
Well, if she had asked me, then
No,
yeah.
no, she didn't ask you. You
Okay.
offered that information. It's also on the body cam video.
Okay.
And then even though she was wearing a mask and she was stumbling around and she was trying to smoke an unlit cigarette, she dropped her sunglasses twice, she was slurring her words, you let her drive away from here.
Mm-hmm.
Even after I told you she was a raging alcoholic. Mm-hmm. Do you remember now?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for insinuating that I was crazy. I'm really excited to get to have this conversation with you now. Because that was really hurtful when I watched back that body cam video. Thank you for that, sir. Yeah.
Can you ask her if she can please move the shoe rack so we can get
She
the
cannot.
matches?
It stays where it is.
Okay, well that's gonna get knocked over, Becky.
These are the people that told you I was crazy, by the way. I know you talked to the association here.
I don't remember.
Somebody did.
Yeah,
You talked about you could talk to association management, and your voice lilted all over the place when you said it. So, and I like how you just cleared your throat. I can watch you getting real nervous right now.
I'm not nervous.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I'm watching it in your throat. It's in the video too. You're swallowing like crazy.
Okay.
You said that when you were here the last time too. You laughed like that. Yeah, they told you all sorts of stuff about me. Guess what? None of it was true.
Okay.
To the point where they just had somebody living in my house. Why was she here? Because I'm a nice person. Because even when they tell you lies about me, even when they try to keep a drunk on the road just to spite me, I still let them move into my house when they're destitute. But it turns out she was spying on me and trying to do more backward shit. Because that's what these people do, and they twisted you into all of it. They told you all sorts of negative things about me, sir, and guess what? None of it was true.
Okay.
And I want you to know that.
Okay.
Because I want you to know how hard I cried when I watched one of my own city police officers insinuate that I was crazy
Okay.
when he had never even met me and instruct someone on how to get an order of protection against me when all I was doing was trying to keep people safe. You know what's really funny is as you pulled in, she pulled back in. You know where she was? At the liquor store. Same as that day. Because that's where she goes 5 or 6 times a day, still to this day.
Okay.
She's driving drunk back and forth every day. And you could have stopped her that day, but you didn't. They could have stopped her the next time they came, but they did the same thing you did. They called me crazy. This is all going to go on. This is going to go online the same way the other body cam videos went online.
Okay. Yeah, it's all recorded. It's all available.
Oh, I know. I know. It doesn't look real good for you guys now.
Okay.
Because you got Paul H's name and number. Like she says to you, can you call my son-in-law? And you know what your answer is? Yep. Why?
No, I don't recall ever
Well,
talking
it's
to
on
the
video,
son-in-law.
so you can go ahead and say that. You know, I like it that you're saying that on this video because it's on video exactly what you did.
Gotcha.
She said, "Will you call my son-in-law and tell him all of this?" And you said, "Yep." What's his name and number? But his name and number were already written in your handy little notebook. They didn't redact very well.
Okay.
So when you take orders from business owners and you guys thwart investigations and make reasonable and caring civilians out to be crazy, it's eventually going to come back and bite
Yeah.
you.
There is no way without her moving that coat rack or her shoe rack that my bed's gonna pull out of
I'll
there.
move
It's a
I'll move
California
the shoe
thing.
rack. I know.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
I like how they're all acting like I've done something terrible here. You know what's funny? I didn't even kick her out of my house. You know why she's so angry? Because I caught her lying to me.
Gotcha.
The one next door, Jackie or Stacia, I'm not sure which one you talked to, but whichever.
I only talked to
I know you
Chrissy.
don't remember any of it, so you don't have to respond. But whichever one you talked to that told you all this terrible stuff about me, she was friends with them. She stopped being friends with them. Went down on her luck, lost her place to live, so I let her move in here. And guess what? Those people were still pulling all the strings, trying to get shit on Rebecca. Why? I'm still not sure. But I'm actually the nice person.
Gotcha.
I'm the one who lets people move in. Why is she like this? Because I caught her lying to me.
Gotcha.
That's all that happened. Caught her lying to me. Didn't do anything else. Didn't kick her out of here.
So what do we need to move to
I'll
get
go
her
move my
stuff?
shoe rack. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'll go move
Yeah,
my
go
shoe
right
rack.
ahead. Do we need
I
to
know,
slide
I
the
know.
couch out of the way? Or we'll be able to fit around it?
So entitled that somehow I owe her this, right? I owe her all of this. It's really sad when you just try to help somebody and they just use you. Send me to go buy her cigarettes, send me to go buy her marijuana.
Me marijuana? You buy marijuana, not me.
Oh, I buy plenty of marijuana, but I did give you $40. I have the text messages where you asked me for it.
Okay, Rebecca. Rebecca. Rebecca and Christine, we're not going to do this.
Fucking bitch.
I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a fucking bitch for letting someone come live in my house. Yeah, no. Let her come live here. The day before she moved in, she sent me a text that her heart rate was spiking through the roof and she thought she was going to have a heart attack. And could I sell her $40 so she could buy herself a weed cartridge? She never paid me back for that. She's living here because she's got a heart condition. She has no job. She has no income. So what she got me doing, not only lending her money for cigarettes, but going and fetching them for her. I have all those text messages too. They'll say nasty things about me, but they don't have anything to back it up. Everything I say, I can prove.
Okay.
And that's why they're so out to get me. That's why I'm sure you guys don't like me very much. That's why when I come in and file police reports, because what I know is that they've been embezzling too. That's the box from the lawyer, trust me. I came in and filed a report.
Okay, with who?
Your department, they won't even call me back.
Gotcha.
Because you guys don't want to take on any of this. So it's gonna end up a courtroom. Again, I won last time, and I'll win this time too. You know, they took me for that order of protection that you instructed her on how to get. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they took me to court.
Okay.
Guess what?
What happened?
I won.
Okay.
Against a lawyer. You want to know why? Because I tell the truth. And I'm a good person. And I'm going to tell you right now, Officer Russell, Holly Bergfinn drives drunk on a daily basis, 5 or 6 times a day. I've watched her almost kill people. I've watched her go over that median. I've already told you all these things. And you guys treat me like I'm a Karen. When she kills somebody, it's going to be on you, not me.
Sorry, I need a shot.
Oh,
The
yeah,
reason
okay.
she left is to see that the one next door, she's the one she came over here and fed me all the information. That's why she hates me so much right now, is because she told me everything. She gave me all the info about how much they're stealing and how they should all be in jail and how they're all feloniously stealing all the money from this place. That's what she told me, all that. Right? She don't like it, so she's back living with the person she says is stealing from us. And also, she fed me full of she's spying on you. She listens to everything you do and say. She's trying to get you. That's what's going on. And the problem is she realized she couldn't milk me for anything more this one. She wanted me to buy her weed. She wanted me to buy her cigarettes. She wanted me to feed her. She wanted me to give her stuff. She realized I wasn't in a position where I could do that. So she bounced. She went back to that one. The one that she said she hated. The one that she said was making her life hell. The one that made my life hell. Went back to her, though, because that one will buy her cigarettes.
If she's bringing a mattress through here, do we need to move the
I don't know. I
couch
guess
or
we'll have to
the
wait and see
screen?
what happens, because every time she comes here, she just moves all my stuff and doesn't move it back, because I guess my house is just an entitlement for people.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm such an evil bitch, am I? Wanting to keep drunks off the road and wanting to give homeless, jobless, sick people a place to live. What a terrible fucking bitch I am.
103, okay.
What a crazy person I am. Why don't you counsel her on how crazy I am like you did Holly before you met me? Yeah, I'm crazy, right? It's crazy to not want anybody to get hit by a drunk driver. It's crazy to want to help people that need help, right? Do you think those things are crazy, sir? Because that's what you said about me. You said that it sounded like I was mentally ill, were your exact words. Sounds like she might be mentally ill, and then you absolutely counseled her on how to get an order of protection against me. You hadn't even gotten my side of the story yet.
I think if I remember, you didn't want to talk to me. You didn't
No,
want to
that's not
provide
true. We
anything.
talked for quite a while. You hadn't
Oh,
even
okay.
talked to me yet at that
Gotcha.
point.
Okay.
You hadn't met me yet at that point.
Gotcha.
I talked to you plenty. The only thing I wouldn't give you was my information.
Okay.
Didn't want to give you my name. And why? Because of this. Because you had already said I was crazy.
No.
She admitted to you. She told you, oh yeah, I drive over curbs. I don't know how to park good. I'm not a good driver. I'm just not a good driver, is what she told you. So everything I was alleging, she admitted to, right? And you told her I was crazy. Not, hey ma'am, do you need some help? Should you be driving if you're having that many problems? Like, maybe we should look into that and see what the issue is. That doesn't sound very safe. No, instead of saying that to this woman who's telling you I drive like a crazy person and I admit it, you say that maybe the person who's reporting it is crazy. I'm really glad you're the one who came today.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, really? Where are you putting that?
Over at her, in her living room for now. We're almost done.
Okay.
105. Can we confirm if it's meat or comment or cold line?
Luckily, smoking weed's not illegal, so that's the only thing they ever say about me. She smokes a lot of weed. I do. I have
Fine, as
PTSD.
long as you do it in your apartment.
Oh, I do it out there on my lovely patio. I have PTSD. That helps me quite a bit. I'm not ashamed of it. But you notice that that's the only thing they can point out. That's what Holly said to you, too. She smokes pot. That's what Christy says. She smokes pot. That's legal, right? That's the only thing any of them have ever said about me that's true.
Okay.
Because that's the only thing they think they can point out that's, like, negative somehow. because I'm actually a really nice person. I'm actually a really giving person. The one next door, I walked her dog every day for 10 months for nothing, just because I'm a nice person. But then she kept calling me fat and treating me like shit, so I told her I didn't want to be friends anymore, and that's where this ended up.
Gotcha.
That's how this all went. I told a narcissistic person I didn't want to be friends with her anymore, and she has waged a war of terror over me ever since. I know she told you guys that I stalk and harass and threaten her. She's telling everybody that. It's never happened. There's no evidence of it. That's why it's just somebody's word. You guys should never work off of someone's word. When one person claims something and they have nothing to back it up, maybe don't take that. And just because Paul Leach owns some restaurants doesn't mean that he's any better than anybody else. His mother-in-law has a serious, serious problem. I'm the only one who gives a shit because guess what? I told you that day, I don't want her arrested. I don't even want her in jail. I want an interlock device in her car and I'd like to see her go to rehab because I'd love to see what she looks like, not in that state. That's what I want.
Gotcha.
And what these people want, what those people want, they just want the destruction of me. Why? Because I know all their secrets. That's why. I'm incredibly perceptive, and I'm also going to tell you, officer, I'm psychic.
Okay.
Truly. And that's what they'll tell you. She's crazy. Everybody says she's crazy. No, she's really perceptive, and she has insane pattern recognition skills. And I guess that's what we call psychic these days.
Gotcha.
I see stuff before it happens.
Okay.
And what's going to happen with Holly isn't going to be good. I want you to know that. And all I ever did was try to protect every single one of these people who is now treating me like I'm some kind of villain and enemy. I'm none of those things. Look at me being treated like I didn't kick her out of here. All I said was, can you please sit down and talk to me and tell me the truth about what happened? And I get called a bitch. I get called a cunt. I get told I'm crazy. I get told I'm fat. I get told this is why everybody hates you. Yeah, people hate me. People hate me. And why? Because I'm not afraid to tell the truth. And because I always tell the truth. Because I also have about 11 clouds full of information.
Yes, affirmative.
Including on you guys.
Thank you.
You know, there were 2 officers who drove around and said they were fabricating evidence looking for her. And then before they've ever even met me, just like you said I was crazy before I ever even met you, one of them says to the other one, even though he's never even met me, this sounds like the neighbor. You're supposed to be looking for a drunk driver. I called when she almost hit somebody. You're supposed to be looking for someone who almost hit somebody and was allegedly drunk. But instead, one of them drives to Jude's and the other one drives to the cottage. They talk about Matt Leach in detail. Talk about Paul Leach in detail. Talk about intimate knowledge of the family. Go driving around to his establishments instead of looking for her. And then say, sounds like the neighbor. It hasn't gone viral yet, officer, but it will.
Okay.
What you guys have done is reprehensible. I have more respect for police than this. You weren't doing your job and you know it. The sad thing is, I know I've been watched quite a bit, but the problem is I don't break the law. I don't do anything you guys can get me for. You've tried.
No,
First like one time, one see him.
that's why I said slow. Oh.
Also holding a subject at the PD. She picked up the phone, advised she needed to talk to an officer, and then disconnected. We're not able to call her back. She did not sound in distress.
This one's so sick. I had to go fetch everything for her. Right? She couldn't walk. She was so sick.
Just
Look
right
at her
into
go.
the national.
Right? Look at her go. They just wanted to see exactly how far they could push me. That's what they do.
I think I'm stay.
Pretty sad, isn't it?
Thank you.
I'm not your enemy, officer. I never was.
I don't think of you as my enemy.
No, you do now, and you should now. Because I am your enemy now.
Alright.
No? Okay.
What you did that day, you could have stopped her. You could have stopped her. She was screaming down the sidewalk at me with a mask on. Reasonable suspicion. When I said, can you stop her? You said, nope, without even pausing. I asked you to watch her drive. I asked you to turn around because she was doing the thing she does. She like gasses and goes and her car goes chunk, chunk, chunk when she starts. Was doing it that day. The reason I got the body cam video specifically at first was because I wanted to see if you turned around or not. And you didn't. If you had, you could have absolutely pulled her over. And she would have blown at least twice the legal limit. Because she's never not at least twice the legal limit. And you know it. They all know it. And yet now I get to watch that little car zip by. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She still stops at my door all the time. I waved at her once. I waved and smiled at her once. And you know what she did? She ran straight into that house next door. Because that's what they do. They all conspire. One of them, one of your officers, turned off his body cam for them. Ladies, he says to them, I have a body cam on. You want me to turn it off? I don't think you guys are supposed to do that.
We can in certain circumstances.
No. There is no reason for you to ever approach a witness and say, I have a body cam on. Do you want me to turn it off? Telling them you have it on? Absolutely. Asking them if they want you to turn it off? What do you think that conveys?
I don't know.
Yeah, hiding.
But you can take it up with the.
Well, I've taken it up. Nobody will answer me.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'll just keep posting this stuff on YouTube. And eventually, somebody's going to pick up on it. The really sad thing is I have a feeling it's going to be when she kills somebody. Because she's going to. Officer, I told you that day, the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I used to lend her the money for her alcohol. That's who I am to these people. I'm everybody's entitlement. I'm everybody's enabler. They all know that I'm a people pleaser and I just want to help people and I just want to be nice to everybody. So when she used to need money all the time, I gave it to her. Until once that she insisted on driving me to the ATM to go get the money. And I saw the state that she was in and I saw how she drove. I could smell alcohol coming off of her. I almost died like 4 times between here and the Bank of America parking lot just around the corner. Took her 4 tries to get into the stall of the ATM. Then she couldn't put the card in. She typed the code in wrong. Even though I told it to her, she typed it in wrong because she was so wasted out of her mind. And when I said, Holly, you can't be driving like this. What are you doing? Her answer was, I'm just tired. Everything's fine. What's wrong with you? Stop it. And that was when I stopped being able to watch that. I started calling you guys.
Gotcha.
And what did I get when I called you guys? I got you telling her I'm mentally ill and telling her to get an order of protection against me. And I've got 2 others coming and showing up and going in her house and telling her it's okay if she drinks and telling me I'm a Karen and I need to leave it alone.
Okay.
So my city police don't keep me safe. This association, Jackie, who lives over there, I think she's the one who talked to you guys, by the way. I'm pretty sure it was Jackie. Because she's the one who asked for the body cam to put it off. There was a day when Holly decided to drive on the fire lane out here. You know, we got a fire lane right here. Sometimes she drives over there when she's super drunk so that I can't see her. And so she came down the fire lane, but then she couldn't figure out how to back up again. And this is 9 o'clock at night, by the way, so it's dark outside. And our association, one of our board members, watched her instead of backing up.
It's just
She
the
drove
mattress
up.
left and we're done.
She drove up and around the dumpster and on the sidewalk where people's kids play, where people walk their dogs. In the dark of night, she drove up and on the sidewalk, around the yard, and back out into the parking lot. Showed up at Jackie's house, wasted out of her mind, with her pants undone, couldn't stand, couldn't talk, wasted out of her mind. And they knew that when they talked to you. But they're so obsessed with making me look bad because I wounded a narcissist by telling her I didn't want to be friends anymore. That they're going to tell you guys that I'm some crazy Karen who stalks and harasses people. No. Look around. I'm a nice person. I care about everybody. I want the best for everyone, even my enemy. She's my enemy. I let her live in my house. Why? Because I wanted to help her. And instead, I get burned again. That's how my life goes. And you know what? I wouldn't change a single thing because this is who I am and I want you to know who I am so that you remember this when it all comes out because I wasn't wrong.
Okay.
That bad I might get some more.
Okay.
Now I know she bags of garbage.
Extra one or two.
It's my son's room. He's 14 years old.
How much longer do you
He and I spent an entire Saturday clearing that whole thing out. He's a really good kid. He's just like his mom that way, and then he wants to be a philanthropist. He wants to help people. He gave up his bedroom so that she could have it because he thought that she needed it. And he's the only one who's been punished by her leaving her stuff here because he'd like his bedroom back. Because right now he's living in a bird room where he's stuffed in there, can't even move in there. But he was willing to do that for her. And this is what we get. I get called a bitch, and I get called a cunt, and I get this. No good deed goes
Like
unpunished,
101,
right?
on both parties, clear valid.
Yeah. So I am.
That's what, thank you. I'll be pulling up shortly.
It's amazing how well she moves around now. This woman. Yeah, this woman sees everything. You came into my home and you sponged money off of me. sponged food off of me, had me running errands for you. Because I caught you lying.
So there's just one item,
This is what
large
I did.
mattress, and then we'll be all set.
This woman, I hate this woman, because this woman sees everything. And this woman chooses to do the
Okay.
right thing even at her own detriment. She's going crazy because that's her boyfriend coming down the stairs. You can come down here, son, if you want to. I can hear you coming. They're in love.
What kind of dogs are they?
He is a teddy bear, she is a Shih Tzu poodle mix. This one sees it all too. She's also a really nice person.
Oh, that's good.
And trust me, she knows what's up. This is the officer who came and told Holly that I was crazy. Yeah. I'm not telling. You can go ahead and stand there, and I'll say what you should say is, like, I'm really sorry about that, because whether or not you remember it, it's a video. It's immortalized forever. You can't change it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You could say, I'm sorry, I was misled. But you don't want to do that, right? Do you think you owe me an apology for calling me crazy before you ever knew who I was? No, right? You've never even spoken to me. You've never even met me, but you told somebody I was crazy. Do you think that that's fair? Won't answer it, huh? Won't answer that. Officer, what? Rosso?
Yep.
Right?
Chris Lake 114 report
You married?
21291.
Are you married?
Maybe.
Do you have daughters?
Maybe.
Would you like it if somebody treated your wife or your daughters like that if they were trying to do the right thing? Would you like it if someone called them crazy when they were calling the police because somebody was driving drunk where your children play? Would you like it if somebody was driving drunk on the sidewalk where our kids play? Because I guarantee you wouldn't. And I guarantee you that nobody trying to fight against that should be called crazy or have an order of protection taken out against them. Because I never, ever, ever approached her in any other way except to say, hey, I saw you almost hit, actually her truck. I saw you almost hit Yestena's truck the day you came. It was because I said to her, I saw you almost hit Yestena's truck, Holly. And you can't be doing that anymore. I have it on video, what I did. I'm going to call the police every time, and I need you to know that because this is becoming a problem. That's all I did. And you called me crazy for it, and you helped her take out an order of protection against me. I'm so ashamed of all of you, and you all owe me a gigantic apology. And when she does kill somebody, you're going to owe way more than that. Because that's what's going to happen. That woman needs help. I don't hate her. I love her. I love the woman that just left here. I love every human being on this planet. And I want the best for everybody. But driving around drunk isn't the best for everybody. She drives her granddaughter to school every day. She told you that. In that video, she tells you, I drive Lucy to school every day. And you knew she was drunk.
I didn't, otherwise she would have been arrested.
I don't believe you, officer.
Yeah, I
She
got
was
no problem
stumbling.
arresting drunk people.
She was stumbling. She was trying to smoke an unlit cigarette through a mask in that video. She then stumbles over to another car. Every single person that's watched that video has said over and over and over again how wasted she is. So you couldn't see it, and you're a trained police officer. But every single person that has watched that video has said, holy cow, who let her drive away from that? Yeah. I told you I suffer from PTSD. You all have exacerbated my condition to a degree that I can't even describe to you. Because I walk on pins and needles every day. I have goosebumps every day watching her fly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to that liquor store and the city mart. That's where she goes. She goes there, and she goes there, and she gets little Bacardi bottles. And I still watch it to this day. But do I call anymore? No. Because when I do, I get hauled into court, and I get called a Karen, and I get threatened. And these people all feel completely justified in what they're doing to me now. I get to get abused by the people who are supposed to be taking care of this stuff. It's really sad that I can't call. There was also a time, did you ever work with Ken Ellinger?
Yeah, he was here when I started.
He was a real nice officer. I had a gentleman that used to work here who was stalking and harassing me, shining lights in my windows, following me all over the place. I kicked him out of my house one day when he came here to yell some homophobic slurs at one of my neighbors that was watching my son. He didn't like it that I had a gay man watching my son, so he came in and started yelling some homophobic slurs. So I kicked him out of my house. And he started texting the neighbors that he was going to kill me. So I called, and Ellinger showed up. Wouldn't take my statement, just wanted to tell me, just looked at the text stream and said, "You've responded to this man, so it's your own fault. You've led him on. It's your own fault." I said, "No, he works here. He texts me, and if you read the text, I don't feed into his stuff at all. He sends me 77 texts in a row, and all I say back is, 'You're a nice guy, and I'm glad we're friends.'" And then he threatened to arrest me for video recording him. People across the hallway used to beat their 1-year-old baby, so I called the police and I told them, I have video, because you could hear it in the hallway, them screaming at each other about how you can't beat a baby like that. So I called the police, they wouldn't even listen to the video. It was a week later that baby was rushed out of here because they burned his whole forehead off. That's my interactions with the Crystal Lake Police.
You can talk to the chief about it if you're unhappy.
Chief won't talk to me.
Okay,
I've left messages.
gotcha.
Yeah, nobody will talk to me because I'm an inconvenient truth. People don't like me. Look at how she don't like me. Ask her why she doesn't like me. Because she caught me lying. Because she sees when I'm lying. Because she can tell when people are being untruthful to her. That's all. I've never yelled at her. Never called her a name. Never threatened her in any kind of way. In fact, she keeps texting me. I've been ignoring her. She called the police because I said I wanted to talk to her if she wanted to live in my house. So she ran out of here and called the police. Shows up, and one of the officers who drove around looking for the leeches showed up. Didn't think I knew who he was, but I did. Yeah, it's just real freaking interesting that he's the one who made her leave. I didn't. I didn't kick her out. I didn't yell at her. I didn't threaten her. I didn't harm any of her things. So I want somebody at some point to tell me what it is that I'm guilty of here. Because all I've done is report the crimes, stay on top of it, whether it behooves me or not. I choose to do the right thing and I get punished every time. Then I had the police called on me because a neighbor who had a water balloon fight over there, right? Didn't clean it up. I don't know if you can hear, but we have birds here, right? And we love birds. We don't like balloons on the ground because they use them for their nesting, and if they swallow them, they die. So I stopped and told the gentleman, I don't know if you knew this about birds. And I explained it to him just like that. And he looked at me right in the eye and said, birds are going to die anyway. I don't give a fuck what kills them. Okay. So I walked away, came home and got my son, and we each got a plastic bag. And we went back and just started silently cleaning up the balloons. We didn't yell at anybody. We didn't tell them to do it. We didn't approach them. We weren't in their yard. We were on the fire lane. And they called the police on me. I don't remember what the officer's name was, even though he was just back here again with one of her things. Told me I was guilty of disorderly conduct before he had ever even talked to them. Now they're screaming at him that the only reason he's talking to me first is because I'm white. I believe his name was Diaz. Because I said to them, his name is Diaz. Like, this isn't, how can this be racial? Like, this is, what the heck? But before he even got their side of the story, he proceeded to tell me that I was guilty of disorderly conduct. Great. Arrest me. So I don't want to arrest you. I said, where do you get the disorderly conduct charge from? His answer was, it doesn't matter what you say. And it doesn't matter how you say it. The only thing that matters is how he takes it. So that's what I get from the Crystal Lake Police. Does that sound fair to you? Clean up water balloons. Calling on a drunk driver or letting destitute people live with me. These are all some pretty freaking egregious crimes, aren't they? But you've all painted me out to be a crazy person, and I don't appreciate any of that. And I'm glad that I got to have this because you break my heart, sir. Be better. Do better. You have a really important job that I respect a lot. I respect good police officers. I actually would, I'd lay down in traffic for the good police officers, I would. But the ones who will do this, you give everybody else a bad name. Don't ever do it again. Don't ever take someone's word just because of who they are. Because the most powerful people tend to be the biggest liars. You ever notice that? That's how they get to where they are. People like me who have nothing, we don't have any reason to lie. I'm not out to get anybody. The only thing I want is a safe place for myself and my son to live. This is where I live. This is where I walk my dog. This is where my son walks around. He walks to and from the break every day. You want to know what that does to my soul, knowing that he's walking and she's on the road? It scares the shit out of me, officer. And I'm gonna keep telling you guys this. You guys keep coming to my life, I'm gonna keep telling you. I came in, I talked to, it's kind of funny that I came in to file a report about the fact that the previous manager, they say, embezzled hundreds of thousands of dollars from us. But they're not doing anything about it. I think she should be prosecuted. I think we should be going after that money. So I came in to file a report. The officer that I talked to would only talk around me, and it was very weird and obfuscative, and it didn't really make any sense. She was supposed to contact me back to get my evidence. Never did. But then, out of nowhere, she's telling me all about how I don't have enough evidence, even though she doesn't know what my evidence is. And I say, well, you know, maybe you guys are going to be involved in a lawsuit the same way as they are, because I think I'm going to be suing the Crystal Lake Police at this point. She says, I think I better go get my supervisor. So she did. So he came and he pretended to want to hear all about the situation with Holly and you and all the other officers involved and what actually happened with Ryan Shack and officer whatever the heck his name was. He never called me back either, because he did text me to ask me for the police report number. But when I looked it up, well, isn't that interesting that you're the officer who approved it? You know this whole situation. You're the one who put the seal of approval on it. And when I said that to him, that, hey, I see you were involved in this situation, then he never contacted me back again. I can't file a real complaint. I came in and did that. It's funny that I came in and filed a complaint with officer, oh shoot, what was his name? It started with an M. And a few days later, the Cottage posted a picture of him on their Facebook page after he refused to speak to me again. Isn't that interesting? Why do you guys work for the business owners and not the people?
Got 105.
Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that.
Chris, like 105.
Was the poll number at Maine and Liberty ever provided?
Not sure, but go ahead with it if you have it.
You mean to move the couch? I prefer my back props to not get broken, so I'll move the couch. Can you give me a minute? I gotta move the.
Yeah, don't worry.
I gotta move the
I'll
mirror and
help you.
stuff.
Can I just push it a little bit that way? All right.
Or what if you, is
I just
it
don't wanna
easier
break
to
down.
slide it
Yeah, either way.
out of the wall, away from the wall?
Too. So you go straight out.
I only have a marshal.
Here, go this way.
Just come this way. I don't wanna go that way.
All right.
Pull it through, and then I'll push it back after you come this way.
Yeah, no problem.
That works, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you push it back.
That
you
way,
go around the
exactly.
door.
So we just push it back that way.
Yeah,
That way.
yeah.
It's like two birds, one
Perfect.
stone kind of thing.
Oh, go this way.
A
Oh,
little more.
there you go. She's gonna push
I
tough
don't want to
back.
push it into you.
And then we're gonna go that way. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can't do that as I'm moving.
I'm sorry. I just don't want to drag the what you call it.
This cover comes off, it's gonna get.
See, that's what I want to do.
Good thing I'm a strong bitch.
Strong bitch, she says. You hear that? I had to go fetch her cigarettes because she couldn't walk because she was so weak and so sick. But she's a strong bitch. That lady you just saw, she doesn't drive, right? I don't drive. I used to be a criminal. I used to do lots of bad shit, officer. I don't do that anymore. Some of us change. Bet you guys have looked at my record and you think, oh, she's a bad. Oh, she ran from us once. You know why I ran from you? Because I had PTSD and I was driving my brother's car. Used to beat the ever living shit out of me. You guys were here for that, I don't know, dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Never gonna make that okay. It was wrong. But some of us change. And when we change, we want to change everything. So don't judge people based on their previous actions, and don't judge people based on their current positions of power, because both are fallible, both are changeable, both are mutable. Because they're lying, and they may even be in a position of power. I'm not. I'm a felon. I have a felony on my record. Fleeing and eluding, aggravated fleeing and eluding. True story. I got a DUI when I was 23 years old. Abso-fucking-lutely I did. It was disgusting and horrific behavior that I would never repeat to save my life. Some of us learn from our mistakes. So don't always assume that when you meet somebody, just because they have a record, that you should just write them off. And don't assume just because somebody's in a position of power, like, oh, we run an association, or oh, we own some bars, don't assume that they're telling the truth. Come on, dude. Sometimes looks can be deceiving.
We're just getting curtain rods and my brackets and we're
Okay.
going.
And I'm sorry that you have to be here, but unfortunately the first two times she threatened me with physical violence.
problem.
And that's why this happens.
It's all part of the job.
Because the only reason the police are here, I could have handled this completely without you guys. But twice she threatened me with physical violence, and I don't do that. This one tells everybody I threaten her. That's what she told her. I threaten everybody. I'm physically violent. I love to beat people up. Never in my life. Never in my life. I'm the one who gets hit. And because of it, I'm a pacifist. I would never hit anybody. I think about hitting my kids sometimes, but I never would. He's a teenager. Have I hit him? Yeah, I smacked him a couple times in his life. But would I beat my child? Absolutely not. No one should ever go through that. And yet that's what these people all tell everybody. And I'm sure that's what the police have heard about. She's violent, she's scary. And they believe it because she's got a record. You have no idea how many nights I've cried my eyes out. How many panic attacks I've had. How sick it makes me every single time I see a fucking Crystal Lake police officer. Because you have all made me out to be some kind of monster, and all I've done is try to do the right thing no matter what it costs. The truth always comes out though. Sometimes it takes a while. It's weird, like that lawyer I was telling you about that I had to go up against in court, he delivered these documents. It wasn't even what I asked for. They're trying to obfuscate again. They're in deep shit. They've done some bad stuff. They're about to get, that's why they hate me so much, because I know what they're up to and have been for years. The same lawyer that I beat in court showed up here right in front of my door, right where we talked, you and I, and delivered them to me on the 1-year anniversary of us going up against each other in court. And actually, when he handed me the box, we happened to know it was the exact time when we went on break for the first break in the case, when I turned to him and said, "Bet you didn't see that coming." They didn't see me coming. Because I'm actually really well versed in the law. I didn't just win because I was right. I won because I'm kind of a lawyer. None of them saw that coming. You guys all thought I was a derelict piece of shit. You were wrong.
Sorry it took so long.
No, you're fine.
Thanks, officer.
All right, so that's everything?
Yeah, everything's out.
Okay. Rebecca, anything I do for you?
What?
No, I was asking her.
You want to apologize to me for calling me crazy?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I'm not going to apologize for something I don't know
Do you
what
want
was
to watch
said.
the video,
So.
sir? You
No,
said it.
that's okay.
So
But
you want to give me an
No.
email address I can send it to, so you don't owe me
No.
an apology for calling
So,
me crazy before you
have a good day,
ever-
Rebecca.
Have fun online with this one, sir. Yes?
Okay. You guys are all set?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
You're welcome.